You are starting at a bug. It looks low severity, boring, but something about it does not sit right. Maybe it's a weird header, a broken response, or just that gut feeling that something's off. And this is where most people stop. They fill out the report, they move on. But not you. You pause, you dig, because you have been here before and you know how these stories end. One weak point is never the full picture, but if you can connect the pieces, that's when everything breaks wide open. That's vulnerability chaining, and it's how you turn low into critical. In this video, I will show you exactly what chaining really means. Not the buzzword, not the hype, but the mindset, the approach, and the methodology that takes small bugs and turns them into a full-blown exploit. We will break down the logic behind it, we will walk through a full chained attack demo, and most importantly, I will show you how to start thinking like a breaker, not just a reporter. So, this is AmrSec, go get your coffee ready, and let's dive in. Most bug bounty hunters chase single vulnerabilities. They find an IDOR, a weak course policy, a reflected XSS, and that's where it ends. But chaining is about looking beyond the bug. Chaining means asking, what happens if I combine this? It's a process of connecting small, seemingly assaulted weaknesses into a complete and high-impact attack. Alone, each bug might seem unimportant, but together, they become a weapon. Think of it like a read-only endpoint. What if it leaks a token format? A weak course policy. What if I can pair it with that exposed API endpoint? A stored XSS in the dashboard. What if I can access a second system using CSRF? None of these are impressive alone, but chaining gives them context, flow, and impact. And that's the whole game. This is not just about reporting bugs, it's about thinking like an attacker, where your goal is not to follow the scope, your goal is to break the system. Most people think bug bounty is about finding bugs. It's not. It's about breaking systems, and that shift from discovery to disruption is everything. Let's be honest, platforms are flooded with reports like missing rate limiting, bad disclosure in 404, open redirect with no impact, and the response always is informative, won't fix, or not applicable, because on their own they are noise. But when you step back and ask, what can this bug give me? That's when you stop being a scanner and start being a hacker. Here is what chaining really is. It's the ability to see bugs as pieces, not products. A broken response that leaks an internal host name. That's recon material. An upload endpoint that says 403 forbidden. What if the auth check fails on another method? A login page with course misconfig. Can you use it in an XSS payload to exfil credentials silently? That's the chain. That's the mindset. You are not submitting bugs. You are collecting, building blocks, then assembling the breach. And when you start hunting this way, the game changes. You are not asking, is this exploitable? You are asking, where does this lead? Every powerful chain follows a simple formula. First is entry, pivot, and impact. Entry is start small. Maybe it's an HTML injection, an open redirect, or a verbose error. It looks harmless, but it gives you a crack, a way in. That's your entry. Second is pivot. Now you connect. Can you move laterally, trigger something else? Maybe that injection lets you run JavaScript. Now you are making authenticated requests, or leaking tokens, or reaching internal APIs. That's your pivot. Third is the impact. Here is where it hits. The chained bugs combine to create real damage. Session hijacking, account takeover, RCE, full data exfiltration. You didn't just find a bug, you engineered a breach. Let's be real. Most bug bounty hunters don't chain bugs, not because they are lazy, but because no one taught them how. You are trained to label bugs, not connect them. You see an IDOR, you report it. You find an open redirect, you report it, done. But chaining is not about the labels, it's about asking one single question. Where can this take me? That mindset shift is everything. You stop reporting issues in isolation and start building stories with them. It's less, what is this bug? And more, can I escalate it? Can I reach a protected feature? Can I trick the backend? Can I combine it with misconfig course, a leak, a weak policy? Chains are built on curiosity, pattern recognition, and refusal to stop as step one. That's the mindset. Train it. Every bug you find is a door. The question is, did you try pushing it? Here is a quick mental checklist. Ask these before closing the repo. First, can this reach somewhere else? Like try on a different endpoint, domain, or user level. Second, can I abuse this for access control? An IDOR might become an account takeover with the right twist. Third, if there is any misconfig to bear it with, weak course, verb tampering, bad redirect logic, or whatever. Fourth, does it reveal anything useful? Tokens, emails, user IDs, debug info, stack traces, they all become weapons later. Fifth, what if I change the method? Try post instead of get, JSON instead of form encoded. Number 6 is, what if I replay it in a different role or auth state? Try as admin, guest, mobile client, or with revoked token. This checklist is not theory, it's a fuel. Most critical chains start with boring bugs. Your job is to ask better questions and keep going until you hit gold. So let's walk through a real chain demo. Simple parts and serious impact. Alright, so as you can see right here, I have the server for the demo app running on another machine, and on my Firefox right here I have the demo app. So if I just hit refresh right here, the browser is proxied to Kaido. So if I go back to Kaido right here, as you can see, we are getting connections. So basically what I'm going to do, the app is pretty simple, and we have to understand what we can do right here. So we have only profile and we have feedback. So as you can see right here in my profile, we have the display name and we have the bio, and there is a live preview. So if I write right here, for example, test user and test bio and save the changes, we can see that they are here. So we need to check for a basic things such as HTML injection and XSS. So if I try to write here test user, for example, and come right here and add something like I for italic text. So I can do something like this is italic text, for example, and close the I tag and save changes. And as you can see, it's italic. That means there is HTML injection right here. So this is one. We have to see what we can get, like what is the maximum here. So we have to check if we can run JavaScript. But before we try the script, we have to see first where this reflects on the website. So the only thing that we have is the feedback. And if I go there, I can see that the HTML injection works here too, right? So basically, this is a PHP app. So we need to understand what is the maximum, what we can do right here. So if I tried something like John, and after this, open the script tag, after this alert, and close the script tag right here, and just save the changes. As you can see, we just got an alert, which is awesome, but we have to make sure that it's working on the other side too. So if I go back to the feedback, as you can see, I just got an alert, and it's right here, but it's hidden because it's JavaScript. When I get back to the profile, I will get the same alert, which means this is a stored XSS. So this is medium. Let's dive more in. So we knew that this is PHP app. So can we try to run PHP on it? Let's try to do it. So we have here John, okay? And let's try something like PHP system, who am I? Which gonna run command, right? So if I try to save it changes, I can see that there is nothing, like it's just gone, like there's nothing right here. So let me try for the feedback. If I go to the feedback and try right here to write this is testing for and HTMLI and close it. And after this, try something like script to see if it runs JavaScript also, like this one, and like this. So I have got alert, which is awesome. And also the HTML injection is applied here. So when I've tried to add a PHP right here, it's being filtered. And if I go back to my Kaido history for submitting the feedback, you will notice that it's creating a post request to store feedback.php. So right here, we have two XSS. Both of them are medium, but we have to make like a simple chain so we can get higher impact, right? So in the profile, it's not accepting PHP. And in the feedback, okay. And in the feedback right here, it's filtering the PHP. So what we can do is we can create authenticated requests because we can just run JavaScript, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write John Dew right here as a name. And after this in the bio, I will use something like this, which is like, it's really simple. But if you take a look on it, it's a fetch. It's going to create a post request to /demo-app to /store_feedback.php. But where did this come from? Again, I just told you, from Kaido right here, when we are trying to add feedback, that's what happens, right? It's just creating a post request to this endpoint. And after this, the header will be just like form encoded, whatever. And the body will be feedback. And after this, PHP system, who am I? So this will just like bypass the filter. That's how I built the app to be. So when I try to go feedback and just add this PHP code, it won't work. But from here, when I try to save it changes. Right here, there is nothing. But when I get back to the feedback, as you can see, it's just giving me the who am I command output. So if I come right here to the main machine and write who am I, as you can see, it's WinFly. So right now, we were having two cross-site scripting. By chaining them, we just got an RCE, and it's pretty cool because I can get back to the profile. I can change who am I to LS, for example. And right here, I will just write anything like John. Once I save the changes and get back to the feedback, okay, so here is nothing because it's LS and this is Windows machine. So let me try something like dir. Okay, so from here, we're going to change this to dir, save it changes, and get back to the feedback. And cool, as you can see right here, it's a volume in drive C, no label, whatever it is. And we have the directory that we are in, which is XAMPP, htdocs, and the demo app. After this, it gave us all the files that is there. Okay, it's awesome. So let me try something like maybe, let me make this John. And let me try something to, for example, tree, and save these settings and get back to the feedback. So as you can see, it just gave us an error, which is we have to give it a path or a folder to list the data. So this means that right now we have a complete RCE on this server, and we can run any command with the user WinFly, which is the logged in user right here. If I just save the changes and get back to the feedback, you will see that we have WinFly user. And that's the magic. Each bug on its own, properly medium or low. Together, you just buffed the app. You saw that Shay, a harmless input, turned into a full RCE. But here is the truth. It wasn't the bugs, it was the path. Most hunters stop at the first bug, but chaining is about asking, where does this lead? You are not just reporting issues, you are linking behavior, logic, and trust. One input leads to injection. That injection hits a parser. That parser executes code. Individually, nothing big. Together, game over. That's the mindset. Do not just find bugs, build chains. So we know that most people stop at bugs, but the best hackers, they see systems, they spot connections, and they chain ideas, not just payloads. That's the game. That's how you turn informative into critical. So next time you are tempted to submit and move on, don't do it. Ask, what did this bug unlock? Where can I go from here? What happens if I push one step further? Because that's where real impact lives. Not in isolated issues, but in the space between them. So keep digging and keep it chaining. Also keep thinking like a breaker. And if you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more cybersecurity content. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or you can reach me directly on Twitter. Until next time, stay curious and stay secure.
I think the girls with their nails done now.